Immediately following the death of Nikola Tesla, Dr. John Trump, an electrical engineer with the National Defense Research Committee of the Office of Scientific Research and Development, and interestingly, President Donald Trump's uncle, was called in to analyze the Tesla papers. After only 3 days, John Trump officially concluded that Tesla's work was primarily speculative and did not include workable methods. We are then told that most of Tesla's papers disappeared, but his work most definitely quietly continued. Heavily funded military projects studying the Tesla particle beam are reported, but more interesting than that is the mystery of systems in rotation. Spin. Although everything down to the electron seems to be spinning, there is no official study on the science of spin or rotation. But there are fragments and clues that suggest major governments have been secretly studying the science of rotation ever since World War II, calling it hyperdimensional physics or torsion physics. Bruce De Palma's spinning ball experiment from 1977 is simple enough for anyone to repeat. 2 steel balls are repeatedly launched with equal force. One is spinning, the other is not. The spinning ball consistently flies higher and falls faster than the other. This is in direct violation of both Newton's laws and Einstein's relativity. Modern science cannot account for this energy. The top secret so-called Nazi Bell project allegedly involved 2 counter-rotating cylinders and produced anti-gravity UFO-like effects. And now the US Navy appears to be going public with this science. They claim to control inventions that change the fabric of reality. A mysterious Dr. Salvatore Cesar Paes has filed 4 patents, of which the US Navy is the assignee. They appear to be technology for what we would popularly describe as UFOs. And they are all based upon harvesting energy from the spinning of electromagnetic fields. These patents look very similar to what whistleblowers claim have been in production for years by weapons manufacturers such as Lockheed Martin Skunk Works. The same UFO-like craft that whistleblowers claim are being prepared to stage a fake alien invasion. After decades of deep misinformation, secrecy, and corruption, why bring this powerful technology out into the open today? The chief technical officer of the Naval Aviation Enterprise claims that the U.S. needs these patents because the Chinese are already investing significantly in these technologies. So are they rolling all this out into the public to prepare us for a space-age war with China? The subtext to all this, of course, is that there is no energy crisis, only more lies and deceit. For Infowars.com, this is Greg Reed.
Here's what I want to know. Why have there been so many UFO sightings over our nuclear launch facilities? I mean, that's scary stuff. The Department of Energy, they have confirmed that there has been UFO sightings over every major U.S. nuclear launch site. And not only are these things showing up unannounced, uninvited over restricted airspace, they basically park their ass over the underground nuclear launch facilities, and they're even able to somehow remotely disable the nuclear missiles in the process. So, needless to say, it's scaring the hell out of the U.S. military, and Congress and the Senate, they want to know what's going on.
Author and investigator Robert Hastings has spent more than 40 years locating and interviewing military veterans, missile officers, and others who worked in various parts of the atomic weapons program. More than 150 of them so far. They've all told the same story.
That, in fact, UFOs have routinely monitored our nuclear weapons going back decades, and on occasion apparently have actually interfered with the functionality of those weapons.
He called back 5 minutes later, and this time he was very frightened, very scared, shouting into the phone, saying that he had his guards there, and they were seeing a oval-shaped orange-red object hovering just above the gate of our facility. And he was frightened. He wanted me to tell him what to do. What should he do? And so I said something like, make sure nothing comes in, use force if necessary, but we had to protect the weapons that we had. So he hung up the phone, and I went to tell my commander about this phone call. And as I was speaking to him, the missiles went into inoperable condition, what we called no-go. They could not be launched, and we lost all 10 of them.
Everything we've written.
All 10 missiles were disabled, every single one of them.
We don't know who is piloting these craft or why they're poking around, but dozens of witnesses and thousands of pages of documents suggest someone is monitoring our nukes. The Department of Energy admits there's a long history of UFO activity over nuclear weapons facilities. The I-Team's own FOIA request, filed in 1992, produced a thick stack of documents from the Department of Energy indicating UFO incidents over every major atomic weapons facility dating to the late 40s.
The incident at Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana in 1967 did involve the appearance of a saucer-shaped object above a nuclear missile launch site. Seconds later, all 10 of these missiles controlled by this site malfunctioned.
This is a clip from a new documentary film, the culmination of Hastings' years of research. The film includes chilling incidents where UFOs have not only infiltrated restricted airspace over nuclear missile bases, but on occasion have disabled ICBMs and put the military on high alert. In one dramatic incident from the film, military photographers using telescopic lenses watched a UFO disable a warhead used in a missile test fired from Vandenberg.
Reported this to the command post, and they told him the same thing had happened at another site, although it was a week earlier. But they also lost 10 missiles due to this object.
Whoa.
So that's a no-go. They call that a no-go when the missiles have been disabled. So can you imagine? I mean, they must be freaking out about this. Of course, the U.S. military, they will consider this a major threat. Some people think it might be a warning. What do you think?
Well, the aliens did let us drop 2 bombs.
Yes, they did.
On Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They let us test bombs. They let China test missiles. They let North Korea test missiles. They let the Russians test missiles.
Mm-hmm.
And the Israelis, who have nukes, even though they don't want you to think they do have them.
Hell, maybe they gave us the technology.
Yeah, now they're just making sure that they can turn it off, that the fail-safe is there.
They've also
the Order 66 switch.
There's also been reports of them actually starting the launch sequence at some of these sites where they've had to go in and manually shut them down. So they're very interested in it. Regardless, they're very interested in it. And now Congress and the Senate, they want to know what's going on. But look, here's the thing, too.
Yeah.
I just don't trust these guys. Part of the guys that are leading the UFO disclosure are Marco Rubio, Harry Reid.
He's a Ferengi.
Yeah. Harry Reid said that most of the videos and the information he has never seen the light of day. So hopefully that will come out. And then we have...
Maybe that's why I had that black eye. He was trying to hold on to it. Or they wanted it to see the light of day, and they're punching Harry Reid in the face.
We got to wait till this summer. Lo and behold, UFO disclosure is coming. The U.S. government announced that it's coming. But do we believe a rogue government? Is this going to be one giant psychological operation? Or are they really going to tell us what they know about UFOs? UFO disclosure is on its way. The countdown has begun. They have until late June this summer to tell us what they know about UFOs. And consider this a parting gift from President Donald Trump. Before he left office, he signed off on the Corona Relief Bill, and in it, there is a directive that says that U.S. intelligence agencies, they have until the end of to the end of June, so that's this summer, to tell Congress what they know about unidentified aerial phenomena. So they need to report to Congress what they know about UFOs. So the clock is ticking. They could do it any day now, but it has to be before July 1st of this year. But hey, keep in mind, the Pentagon, they've released UFO videos before, and they've officially acknowledged 3 separate incidents reported by the U.S. Navy. By now, we've all seen the footage of the the FA-18 fighter pilots chasing these things down, tracking them.
The Tic Tac.
All over
they
the
call
ocean,
it the Tic Tac.
The Tic Tac one.
Yeah.
But so a fleet of them came out of the ocean, and they were able to track them down. They have some of the best tracking systems on the market, and we're finally able to lock in on one, and the videos are famous. So they've released these videos before. God only knows what they plan on releasing this summer. I think it's going to be significant.
New reports, 5 pilots coming forward over the weekend saying they've had multiple mid-air encounters with high-flying, fast-moving objects.
New reporting this morning on unidentified flying objects in our airspace.
The corona relief bill the president signed last month contains a provision that hasn't gotten a lot of attention.
He triggered a countdown for U.S. intelligence agencies to tell Congress what they know about UFOs.
It's interesting, just before Christmas, there were some leaks. Sitting in Office of Naval Intelligence is an organization called the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force. They're probably the ones drafting this report. Some leaks suggest they have not ruled out the extraterrestrial hypothesis.
So they have not ruled out the extraterrestrial hypothesis. In other words, they might tell us that aliens are real and they've been visiting planet Earth.
I think they are real. They're called Dim-Tardians, and they live within the Democratic Party. And they're here to eat out our substance.
Dude, this might be the most shocking announcement in world history.
And all I can do is make a joke about Democrats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe anything anymore. I mean, honestly, they could sit there and tell me this is from another planet. I'll be like, no, you guys invented this in World War II.
Well, just like the devil mixes lies with the truth, there's no doubt that the U.S. government is probably going to do the same thing. I'm with you. I think that there's going to be some truth in this, but they're going to mix some lies in there, probably say there's a giant threat to further control us and install a permanent police state. I mean, that's the direction they've been heading, so why not use the UFO hoax as part of it?
And if you get 6 jabs from this vaccine, you'll be okay from the alien virus that has come to Earth.
Oh, thank God. Are you serious?
To kill us, yes.
It only
Just
takes
6. Just
Okay.
6.
All right.
Or maybe 6 more, and then you need another 6 in another 6 months.
You said 666.
It's crazy. It's what's happening.